We're about to lose one. Get the intruder.
Copy. We're almost there.
Security breach.
Attacking the area.
Security breach.
Shit, I've got movement. Where? Everywhere. Contact!
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to a little more Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, Spies versus Mercs multiplayer action. It is, of course, Hertz. It is, of course, good to have you here. And this week's installment takes us back into a little classic gameplay, yes. The goal currently is to try and mix it up, you know? Alternate back and forth between the classic and the blacklist week in and week out to, like I said, to try and mix things up, keep it fresh, and make some of the guys that prefer the classic over the blacklist, make you guys happy as well, get you guys excited about a video that's going to be coming up here on the channel, you know. So anyway, I was in here yesterday trying to, in fact, I'm putting this comm on day of, you know, I rarely do that, but day of, I'm putting the comm on, I'm going to render this shortly afterwards, you know, edit it, render it, and then upload. So it should be up on the channel within a few hours, or several hours. Eventually it's going to get there today, and but I spent a couple hours in here yesterday trying to get a classic round for the channel for this week, and you know what, I had a few, and after a few hours I got this one, and this one was certainly worth putting up. You know, the few that I could have put up here, you know, often it was I had lost, but I had a good performance, but I was completely outmatched, you know, and or there were other times where I was completely outmatching my opponents and just dominating, and you know, I don't want to, I can put them up, but you know, it's kind of like, can I get away with putting that up too often, you know? So this was a nice round. It was like everything kind of clicked. Things felt really even. In fact, to start, things felt just a little, not, it felt like they had the edge slightly. But anyway, after a bit of a scramble, I do manage to dismantle, we'll get into the action here, I did manage to dismantle those mines that were running alongside the A sector, managed to get deep, and I botched it. I botched it. I threw my progress out the window there as I tried to get in there on that, for the neck, tried to do a little chiropractic work on Caesar Nerone. I was hoping that he was going to swing around the propane tanks and go into the C sector, do a little sweep of that area, but no, he cut up for B, unfortunately for me. And as soon as I stepped out, I felt like I was committed to making the run, and it was just a bad choice. Couple that with the fact that I dropped the wrong grenade. I was hoping I had the flashbang set. In fact, you know, I reached into the wrong pocket, I guess, you know, in my pocket pants, yes. My pocket pants. Anyway, I come back here. Gina has picked up this hack in the A sector, and you know, I'm scrambling. I'm trying to make it look good. It looks like something. I don't know if it looks good. I don't think so. No, because ultimately I missed that tase. Now this was pretty nice. Nice little death from above as I boot Caesar Nerone in the face. Concuss him, and he's sent back and sent to the next life. And of course, there it is. I missed the tase again on Kia in the distance, and it wasn't long after that he put me down, filled me full of lead, and sent me off the train car the hard way. Now, you know, despite all that, I mean, it was a pretty nice little scramble. I was trying to play the defender as the defender, trying to keep Gina alive, and you can see as soon as shortly after I fell, she fell as well, you know, so I don't know what to say about that. Missing the tase, you know, that's what I need to say. All the scrambling, all the action, it's all white noise if you can't actually hit the tase and go in for the kill. So, but stick around. Not a great little spy performance to start, but stick around because that will change before this round ends. I promise you that. There will be a whirlwind of activity at one point on the spy side of things. Anyway, I do recommend doing this, especially if a hack has just ended in an area, firewalls were reestablished. Often you're going to see the Mercs look to move out of the area, perhaps replace defensive perimeters, get the mines up again, go into a sweep of a distance sector just to make sure that some spies didn't get into the backfield while they were, you know, dealing with that hack. And that's precisely what happened there. And I get a little revenge on Kia for shooting me off the top of that train car as I do a little slicing and dicing on him in that little bottleneck. And you know, I played it well, and that's why I recommend doing it. You know? So not a good play there, and it gives me that opportunity to come back here into the C sector and pick this hack up. Now, you all know I like to you know, if you spend any time here on the channel, you know I like to work the tunnel here, and I don't disappoint here. Now, I don't always work the tunnel, but I find it a nice starting location, you know. I find I can work the corners pretty nicely here, and it shows right there, as you heard the Merc charge coming in, and I managed to get, get even more revenge on Kia for shooting me earlier. Now right here, I'm pretty sure Cesar's tracking me. Well, if he wasn't before, he certainly is now. As I go into this full sprint through the tunnel, he knew what was up. He dropped the nade, and not only that, but he followed it up with a drop into the tunnel himself. Had I been in proper position, I may have been able to get his neck there, but unfortunately, as I figure I'm slaking off to safety, no! Kia coming back from the afterlife, respawning, and I'm forced to deal with his spray, his fire, coming right at my face. Made a nice little exit, though, y'all have to admit. Dropped into the tunnel, dropped the smoke grenade, and went full charge into the heart of the tunnel. And it actually, I think I played that really nicely, because about the time where I stopped making a bunch of noise on motion tracking, it was right around that one spot where you can duck into the side of the tunnel, you can hide in there. So I thought I played that pretty nicely. But anyway, I doubled back, and I ended up here, and I'm dealing with some heavy-duty fire, as I think I had actually broken the 90% mark. Yeah, I took it all the way to 92%. Unfortunately there, I hit the tase, but they were stacked up on me. Two of them coming up around the corner. Well, I think one came around the corner, I think one came up the stairs. I kind of froze up there because I thought that the second figure in, was actually my teammate, and I thought that Gina, was going to get, the enemy's neck there. Of course, it just ended up with me, dying in a pool of my own blood, yes. Now, Gina did try and keep the hack alive, but failed, pretty quickly there, as those, it's just a sign that those two, Cesar Nerone and Kia, they know what's going on in this game, and they were certainly worthy foes, as they shut that hack down. They knew they had to get right back on that terminal, and they put Gina down really quickly. Now, Gina, going straight for the B sector. I'm not a big fan of trying to get the B sector as the first hack in classic game mode on this map. It's really well lit in there. There are a lot of entrances to guard, and I think it showed there, as I really wasn't pushing forward towards that sector with a lot of effort to go and play as the goon, the defender, so now I'm just hanging around. What I was hoping here was that, again, it was going to be one of those situations where one of the Mercs leaves the lower level of the B sector and moves for the C terminal, and it just never happened, So a little bit of time wasted there, because I'm just up there hanging around. But it gave Gina time to actually move in on the C terminal, off camera, out of view. And so I'm in a perfect position now to try and cut off the assault, which is what I do initially here anyway. I get a nice little slice and dice on Cesar Nerone. Again, dropping the wrong grenade, because at that range, the flashbang is doing absolutely nothing. And Kia, a little questionable fire there. I'm not really sure what happened. I really didn't see the tracer fire coming, shaving up close to those propane tanks. I don't know. I felt like I was in behind cover. Could have been some lag. Could have been a great correction and just some quick twitch action on the part of Kia there. But whatever happened, I fell. I took a neck. And then I got pumped full of lead. So it was an even exchange, and I'm looking to get back into the sector to try and help out the cause, but just can't get there fast enough, And I don't want to go in there too quickly. I know these guys are threats. I can't take them lightly. I can't just go running in there willy-nilly expecting to close the gap on them and get the neck, I can certainly cause a bit of a disturbance and a distraction in the process, but I'm probably not going to be there long term to really, make my presence felt, and to really play any effective role. Anyway, right here, I'm having a little fun with the Merc. He drops a mine, I drop the EMP. He drops another mine, I drop another EMP, and what the hell is this crap? Dropping down. I thought I had the death from above perfectly lined up there. I was getting ready for it, and you filthy developers putting that light there, putting that light there for that reason exactly, I have no doubt. Protecting the Merc's noodle. Anyway, I think I'm getting tricky here, circling around, coming around on their 6. Unfortunately, at this point, now they're stacked up on me, and I'm completely, almost completely blinded by that. Just the flashlights right there in my face. Amazingly through it all, though, I managed to tase one man, avoid the gun bash, the initial gun bash, by Cesar Nerone, and then get Kia's neck, in the process. So I sidestep it, get the neck, and then fall to a melee kill. Coming back my way as well. So I liked that exchange. Now right here, time is winding down. Minute and a half left. We still have yet to get a full terminal. I really feel like we need a full terminal at this point. I dropped the smoke grenade here. I can hear the footsteps closing in. This was a little bit of luck, but a little bit of skill. Skill has to allow this to happen, and I get a nice little quick taste. So there it is. Finally having a little success with the stun crossbow coming down the final, the final few minutes of this round. As I got the one, prior to my last death, I got that nice little quick taste when they were stacked up on me, and that could have ended quite differently had it been one-on-one, I'd still be running. At that point. Anyway. Now right here, you can see Gina, with the time ticking down, has picked up this hack in the A sector, and I'm falling into a defensive perimeter. You know, a bit of a botch there. I don't know what I was doing. I heard the footsteps around the corner. I ducked in there. It all worked out nicely here, though, because now he's going to inspect. Obviously, he had doubled around. Now, I wish I'd gotten to the sticky cam a little bit sooner. Had I had, it could have been resulted in a death, but that's not going to stop me from shedding a little blood anyway, as I do a great little approach on the first man, take out Kia, and then put down Cesar Nerone, as he just comes up a little short with his gun bash that time. So that time, you guys like to stack up, do you? Well, stack up right there, as I'm stacking up the corpses in the A sector, giving us a window of opportunity to go a little bit deeper on this hack, allowing Gina to breathe, you know, a sigh of relief back there in the backfield. And right here, I'm posted up nicely. I really think I caught Cesar napping there. He was looking to push in hard. I get a great little step out on him, little slice and dice, and then step out on Kia as he dishes a grenade my way. Flashbangs are ringing off in my face, but a great little tase, stun crossbow, straight to the head. And at that point, well, Kia was done for, you know, as good as dead, as good as dead. So I thought just to end this round the way we did, you know, at this point, the hack is pretty well guaranteed. But I went from like 5-5 in the KDR in that last minute to 10-5, you know, with a great little scramble there, some nice clean kills at the doorway leading into the A sector, kept them tied up long enough to allow us to bring in one full terminal. So we got the extra 8%. It gives us a little bit more of a buffer, you know. Now it's more likely that we're playing for a draw at this point, because these guys are tough. They really were good players, you know. They were certainly, I had my respect going in the round and had even more of it at the end of it, you know. So anyway, let's see what we can do on the Merc side of things. I'm a little, you know, I'm a little nervous. I know it's going to be a tough run here. It's going to be a tough 10 minutes as we try and keep these Mercs in check. Now, I am kind of tracking something. I did see a little bit of movement coming around here, and there we go, Kia! As if to say, screw you, Hertzy. That's for what you did to us at the end of the round, the end of our Merc experience. And he freezes me up in my tracks there as he hits me with a great little tase. We see Gina botch. I think she was trying to put down a mine, you know, dropped a frag instead. Nearly blew herself up. But while all that was going on, while I was watching from the afterlife, Cesar Nerone has managed to get deep here on the C sector and has picked this hack up. And this is not, I don't like the looks of this. At this point, you know, I find the C sector probably the best sector. If you can get a hack going here, it's probably going to be, if it's a good spy, and a couple of good spies, especially in Classic, if it's a couple of good spies trying to run the hack here, they're probably going to stand a good chance of taking it deep, you know. Now, you can see right there, Gina, she's left the match. Where did you go? What happened? She got put down in the distance, and then it was just a quit. I don't know. Either that or it was a disconnect. Not sure, but now it's 2-on-1, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, this is it. This is it. They're going to grab this terminal, and then it's all but over at that point, you know, because then all they have to do is touch one. Anyway, the goon has moved in the area. As you saw, Cesar Nerone, he dropped down from the rafters very laggily. I don't know how to describe that. It just seemed a little odd, the way he came down there. But Kia finally did enter the area, was doing a lot of, you know, making a lot of noise there, dropping the flashbangs, blinding me, and tasing me, and amazingly, I still managed to kind of get the blind kill on him. And then a little double take there on Cesar Nerone in the tunnel, and I put him down. I shut the hack down at 69%, saving my life. You know, the game can continue a little bit longer anyway, as that's only 2 minutes gone. We've got 8 more to go here, Hertzy. You know, hike them pants up, sir. Chest level, neck level. You need neck level for this round. You need to hike them pants up to neck level and tighten that belt up too, so it's cutting off the circulation a little bit. Yes, there you go. Anyway, they've picked up this hack almost immediately in the B sector, and I did see a little bit of activity out here, and I do chase a Cesar Nerone away. I chase the goon out of the area with a nicely placed VX gas, a little good fire to follow it up. Now, if you notice in the upper right-hand corner, Nemo has entered the game. Now, I've played with Nemo before. I know he can be trusted as a player, you know, somebody who's going to at least carry his weight. So it's good to have him in here. It was like, okay, it was like my gift, handed down from the gods, from Buddha, handed down from Buddha, for managing to shut down that hack in the C sector. It was like, okay, Hertzy, you've earned it. You've earned a little bit of decent backup in here. We'll send you in a good teammate, and in came Nemo. So now it's like, everything is all square at this point, the way I looked at this round. You know, it was 4 good players everybody pretty evenly matched. Everybody can hold their own out there, and it's only one terminal that we have, you know. So and there's plenty of time left, so it's within reach. You know, it's not a walk away. The victory, the loss, the draw, whatever it may be, it's not decided yet. You know, it could go either way, and I just felt like this was one of the more balanced classic games I've been in recent memory. You know. So now this little room right here, I highly recommend posting up in here for classic. You know, it gives you some great lines of sight to catch mercs or spies, sorry, as they're spawning and moving through the main courtyard. If you mine it up, it can be difficult for them to get in there without giving their position away or dying in the process. Now right here, watch this. I am tracking this one fellow here, and I don't know if y'all noticed the way I kind of baited him in. I rushed forward a few steps there. And obviously he had seen that and was anticipating me coming around that far side. And when, you know, and as that went down, I doubled back on him and I caught him kind of napping there unawares. Now in here, Cesar, he's taking this hack, closing in on the 40% mark as a respawning Kia. The goon appears at the door looking for that quick tase, but I shut him down just as quickly, yes. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but I really was kind of keeping pace with Nemo, trying to move with him. As he went into the tunnel, I was kind of watching his back, wanted to make sure that somebody wasn't going to get his neck down there. So I was moving with him, and it really did pay off there at the end as we closed in, surrounded Cesar. He was forced to make a move. He did. He almost got Nemo's neck. Had I not been on the scene in that instant, you know what? They could be bringing in the hack right now. Who knows? Who knows? You know, it could have gone completely differently. And as they move into the A sector, there was a little bit of activity. They do get the hack going, but it's shut down immediately. Didn't even get 1% out of it, so that's good. I always like those, you know. There's no real threat. It's like they're starting from scratch, and they've only got one terminal they can choose from for several seconds, you know. But anyway, I recommend that if you're trying to get, you know, you sink your teeth into some classic, you feel maybe a little bit like you're a fish out of water in there. When you're playing with your teammate, especially as a merc, you don't want to be stacked up one on top of the other, but you want to be sweeping an area with some coordination. You know, as one man, you want to be watching each other's backs, you know, but you don't want to be right next to one another either. You know, you want to watch as one man moves through an area, looking, and then the second man needs to sit back slightly, have good line of sight to see if any spies get flushed out of that area in particular. You know, and that's how we had success there in the C sector. However, they have picked this hack up yet again, and Nemo's really struggling here with Cesar Nerone as he closes in, does a little slicing and dicing up there in an awkward location up on that crate, you know, amazingly, just a great scramble there by Cesar. I'm surprised he survived with us swarming as long as he did, you know. But eventually, I stuck with my man. I always think it's smart when it's 2-on-2. If you take out that defender, if you take out the goon, it gives you that window of opportunity. Even if you let the hack get a little bit deeper, you know, you're going to have that opportunity to go in there without having to deal with a second man, you know, looking to grab your back and grab your neck and snap it, you know. So, and then it paid off. It paid off yet again in here in the C sector. I worked the tunnel. I've always been an advocate. You know, I didn't like seeing him in there. Well, I liked seeing him in there for my sake, but it's never a good thing to post up. I really have to say that. You don't want to post up in that location in the tunnel. You know, if you're in the tunnel, you need to stay mobile down there, you know. And pinning yourself in a corner like that, no matter how good a spy you are, it's, you know what, if you're facing up against an experienced merc, you could be in trouble, you know, and that was the case. He played it pretty nicely. He had blinded me, and again, coming out into the courtyard, I was blinded by Cesar at that time as he tried circling around. I don't know if y'all noticed just how much of a blind track I made on that. I don't know how well it translated on screen, but I had to adjust the mouse massively as he tried to circle around wide on me there after blinding me with that flashbang. Now right here, the A sector, it gets picked up the hack one more time as Cesar, he tried to play it really well there as he ran deep. You know, we were flooding the backfield, and he tried to escape to this end and really just tuck himself away here, you know, without us noticing. But I did get that one little flash on the motion tracking and was able to follow him over here, put him down, and right there, he picking up the hack immediately in the shadows, just within, you know, within striking distance of us, picks up the hack. Nemo gives chase, and I wisely reposition to pinch him off, you know, and that's, and again, we've had some success because of good teamwork here, you know, and now with 2.5 minutes left, I'm feeling really good here. I'm thinking draw at the most, you know, draw at the most. We're going to hold on to this. You know, it was really shaky there. I really was, especially once Gina left, I thought, oh, this is done. This is done. There's no way this is making it to the channel. And now we're down here at about 2 minutes, and I'm thinking, at the best, they're going to get a draw, you know, so... a really good classic round. Lots of action, lots of good gameplay. And again, look at this Kiosk stepping it on me just as with the 2-minute mark, the 2-minute warning, getting a little action here in the C sector. And I'm put down. I'm shut down as I was not just dealing with the one man, not just dealing with that stun crossbow expert, was dealing with that crazy madman Caesar Nerone as well. As I get tased, I get flashed, I get charged by the pair of them, and I get put down. And now I'm forced to watch from the afterlife as Nemo goes in. We didn't quite see the death take place, but he did suffer a similar fate, as I would imagine. He's getting double teamed in the area. Now right here, I put a little fire Caesar's way. I give chase, and it cost me right here as I start getting EMP'd. I get flashbanged, and somebody was right there on my heels looking to do some slicing and dicing, and they did, as they spilled my blood and sent me to the afterlife yet again, as I'm forced to watch as Nemo, here we go, he's suffering the same fate yet again. So these guys are playing it really nicely here, but here's the thing. Here's the key that you have to notice. That they are running out of gear. With each new kill, we just keep flooding into the area. They're slowly emptying those pockets. In those pocket pants, you know, their gear is being depleted, you know. So now it's just really a matter of tracking them down, and they're really left bare-boned against us. They don't have a large arsenal of weaponry, gadgetry to try and deal with us and fuck with us, basically, you know, because they've been slapping us around here in the C sector on this hack, and they've gone deep with it in the process. You know, 75%, 3/4 done. You know, goddamn, I'm looking, we're swarming, and I remember that location that Gunnut had pointed out to me, and there it was, right there, Kia, and that's where all the death was coming from, you know, because he was in that corner, and every time we closed in on him, it was like EMP grenade, flashbang, and then he was right there. And Caesar was basically playing the distraction, you know, baiting us in while Kia cleaned everything up, you know, and they almost got it. They almost managed to pull it off. It was really nicely played. They took it deep to 81%, but that was it. That was really their last big effort here. Amazingly, they continue, and I got to give them respect for that, because you know, it's not over yet. They can still bring in the draw. You know, when that went deep in the C sector, I was thinking, we're going to lose this now. They're going to hit this terminal. They're going to just touch another one for 1%, and we're going to lose. We're going to lose. But no. Now they're struggling to just to bring in the draw. Now look at right here. I don't know if y'all noticed. Look where my cursor is. There is a man up there, and that is the hacker. I had found him. I knew where he was moving in as we mount this bridge. I'm coming in. You know, I'm looking to go in there and shut him down as quickly as possible, even if I have to take kind of the scenic route to get there, which is what I do. I know he's up there. I know he's going to be expecting me or listening to my footsteps, but with Nemo rushing in down low, I figure I'll pick up the pace as well. And there we go. I get a grenade in there just in case. Nemo goes rushing around the corner really quickly, almost acting as bait. You know, we had him done. No matter what, he was going to fall there. Nemo did manage to get the kill, though, with a great little, you know, he stuck him with his blade. But Caesar picking up the hack, dropping a smoke grenade beautifully, cutting off line of sight, and then picks up the hack, escapes to momentary safety, but that's ended as well. And now with the VX gas cloud going down, and with both of us in here, it's pretty well decided at this point. So I thought it was a beautiful classic round. A lot of give and take there, a lot of back and forth. Could have gone either way. I tried to get the good game, the GG in there before the round ended, because it really was a good game. Hard-fought victory, well-earned, and I got mad respect for the two on the bottom, you know.
Big win, boys.
And just having Nemo come in is really what saved my ass, you know. With Gina in there, I think they may have been able to pull out the victory. If it was just me against the two of them, they would have definitely won, you know. So it was a good thing Nemo came in and basically saved the day, you know. That you know, a couple minutes into the second half of this round, you know. So anyway, let's take a look at some names and numbers here. Myself, a 6 defense, 27 and 9. Right below me, Nemo, again, 4 defense, that's big. With only the 6 and 5, I mean, he came in late. He did get his throat slashed a few times, but he certainly played his part with 4 defense, saving the day when he needed to. Now, down on the bottom level, got to give these guys some respect. Caesar Nerone, 3 defense for him, 15 and 16, great scrambler. The guy could close in on you, just did it beautifully, you know, and he got a few great kills on me on the spy side of things. Kia right there, you know, the numbers, he got a little bit out of control. The KDR got a little bit out of control, 10 and 18, 2 defense. But you know what? He was on the money with that stun crossbow, which is what I've been striving for lately, to try and get a little bit better with that. So I have mad respect for that ability. And you know what? I was doing a great job as the Merc as well, you know. and had that hack going long in the C sector around that 2-minute warning, and was, I think, the only thing that cost him that hack in the C sector was the fact that they had completely depleted. I think he had probably completely depleted his entire supply of gadgets, with maybe the exception of the sticky cams. So, anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was exciting as far as classic games go. I thought it was nicely balanced, and hopefully I can get some more like that up here on the channel in weeks to come. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I hope you'll thumb it. I hope you'll be back for more for next week's Blacklist round. It should be a good one as well. And until then, however, remember why it hurts. Later, all.